Hi, everybody. Welcome to week 3 of class. Just want to share a couple of thoughts about week 2 and then look forward to this new week that we're starting. First off, thank you so much for your engagement and really challenging each other in our discussions last week as we kind of explored, what does distinguish how we teach and how we approach training adults from children, if anything, as well as how to kind of balance the relationships in a classroom where you have adult instructors and adult students in the same setting. I was, again, really impressed with how you didn't just take the easy route on this, but you really thought deeply about it and really tried to pose good questions and to challenge each other to dig a little bit more into this topic. This may not be the case for you, but if you are coming away from week 2 saying, well, gosh, what am I supposed to have gotten out of that? It's okay. I'm going to ask you just to trust me here. Stick with me. We're going to continue to take a big amorphous thing and continue to work it to make sense for you. The approach that I take with my teaching, I'm going to throw out a term here, is called Constructivism. In Constructivism, everybody has an opportunity to be immersed in the information, immersed in the topic, and really think about what is the personal importance, meaning, and application. Personal for you. And that is exactly the process that we're going through here. Are there other ways to approach teaching and to approach learning that are more cut and dried? Absolutely. But I don't think that there is any way that I could encourage each of you to understand who you are and what you believe as an educator without using constructivism, without having you all make your own personal meaning. So that is where we are. There's a new term for maybe some of you. So looking forward to week 3 that we're starting. My hope is that maybe, like I had talked about, we're kind of taking this big thing, kind of trying to narrow it down to make sense to you, that this week will continue that process for you. We're going to be doing 2 things. First off, we'll be engaging in another inventory, the Philosophy of Adult Education inventory. This one is different from the PALS that we took in week 1, in that it's going to introduce you to some more classical philosophical ideas, things like humanism, behaviorism, radicalism, things like that. So you'll get a chance to understand what those are, and maybe it'll start to help you to put some terms and to put some words to these things that we've been talking about for the first few weeks of class here. Help you again to kind of winnow this down to understand who you are. The second thing that we'll do this week is also related to that. You're going to have the chance to express yourself in a visual manner. You're going to create something that we call an adult learning facilitator or an ALF visual. So we've been pretty heavy on the words and the readings here to start with. I want to give you a chance to step back from that and to express kind of what you feel about how to approach facilitating learning for adults, but in a non-written manner. If you're panicking, if you're like, I'm not a visual person, I'm not an artistic person, don't worry. That's me too. These visuals are meant to be a way for you to step back and just put concepts, ideas, pictures forward that express what you're thinking. A lot of people, will just take photos that they find and put a photo collage together, stock photos. Some people will just find keywords and maybe put keywords together in a way that kind of expresses their thinking. You're not being graded on the artisticness of this. You are being graded on your participation in this, on your ability to kind of push yourself to think a little bit more about, okay, I've had a few weeks. Let's start to try to hone in what I really think and what I believe about how I teach adults and who I am as an adult educator. And of course, all of these things will eventually then come together in you creating a first draft of written teaching philosophy. This is something that you'll turn in relatively soon, and it is your first draft. It shouldn't be a sketch of general ideas. It should be your best attempt. But the idea is you're going to get this best attempt written down, you'll get some feedback from me, and then most importantly, you'll have the duration of the semester to continue to work on this, continue to hone it, continue to develop it. We have some people who, when they turn in their second draft later in the semester, you wouldn't even recognize it from the first. And we have some people who have just made some kind of tweaks and adjustments from that first one. But that is where we're starting with this philosophy assignment. And that's kind of been our goal in what we're doing the first few weeks of class, is to let you achieve writing that first philosophy. So thank you, everybody. Again, incredibly impressed. I'm really excited to be facilitating and to be working with each of you. And as always, reach out with questions.